Hey, Mike.
Hey Harlan, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. Uh, I was hoping today we could share questions that folks that are interested in investing in multifamily properties should be asking the operators, the syndicators of those properties. You think that'll be helpful for people?
I think so. Those are the same kind of questions we keep asking all the time.
Yes, they are. And let's boil them down maybe to, I don't know, four or five here, questions that we might suggest they ask the operators.
Okay,
The purpose here really is to build trust in that operator and enough knowledge of them that I mean, you're going to entrust them with six figures probably of your dollars and for a long period of time. So you really want to know that that operator is going to be a good steward of of your investment and do what they say they're going to do, follow through on it. So what do you think is one of the first questions we ought to ask,
I
Mike?
think we start with the track record because that's what lets you know what they have already done. You don't want your confidence to be ill-founded. You want to have that confidence based on their track record of what they have done already. Yeah, I mean, both good and bad. How, how do they handle
Yeah. So we want, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, how do they handle the problems when they crop up? You know, when cash flows a crunch, what do they do? Or when you have unexpected conditions like interest rates going up, or something changes in the market that really puts a crimp in your plan. How do they handle it?
Yeah, so we want them to have a long enough track record that they've been through some of these things. In fact, you and I would prefer somebody that goes back into the '07, '08 period of time in their life, in their investing, at least back in 10 years or longer. And we're looking here at properties they've purchased, operated, and closed on, not just their current portfolio.
That's right. Um,
One of the things
yeah,
I think I would like to know in that, and we ask our folks on that one is, what was your plan when you bought it? What did you tell your investors their likely IRR would be, and what was the actual when you actually closed it? And what happened in there that you either did better or didn't do as well on that property as you projected at the beginning? Yeah.
and we like to see this for a number of investments.
Yes. Yeah.
Not just one or two, because you really want, I mean, to have a true track record, they need to have had a number of deals go complete cycle from, everybody putting their money in, purchasing the property until the sale of the property, and all the distributions have been made. Everybody gets their final K1s, and everybody is hopefully satisfied with the results.
Yeah, and if you do anything in this, push them on the ones that went sideways a little bit, and stress test this operator when you're asking this question about their track record with that. So you're really trying to get credibility. Are they really good at what they do? Are they best of the best in what they do in that? Uh, can they talk about it honestly with you? The second one, I think, Mike, for me is to look at their underwriting of the current one they're making an offer to you on to join them in an investment. What are their assumptions in that? And push them on those assumptions. What does that mean to you?
One of the things, they tend to look at the selling cap rate. You want to know how conservative is the selling cap rate compared to the current market. And
Hmm.
then how are they increasing rents over time and increasing the operating income? Yeah, what are they doing to increase that? And does that look like a fast increase? How does that compare with the market? What does the market show that you should be able to increase the rents to?
Yeah, we really want in there when we look at somebody's assumptions on it, we don't want hype. We want data. What's going on in the submarket where they are right now? What happens if rents don't grow 5% per year that they might have built in there? What kind of stress, how fragile is this deal some of their assumptions are not accurate once you get into the deal here. The so that's one. So we're looking at their track record, and now we're looking at their assumptions about this deal and stressing that. We call it stress testing here. What if rents don't go up this much? What if occupancy doesn't increase from where it is to here? What if their expenses are higher than they anticipate? How does that, what will that do to the deal as they're operating it?
And then also locally, what's going on in that local market? Who's hiring?
Absolutely.
Do you have a
Absolutely.
lot of businesses hiring people? Where's the population growth coming from? Are people moving to the area, or are they leaving the area? Uh,
Yeah.
what are the what's the landlord environment like? Are they friendly to landlords, or is it increasing hostility?
Yeah, another would be how much new build is out there that has to, fill up, and the stress that puts on their assumptions about rent. So
Right.
there's a lot around that assumptions that you want to ask them about, and have them give you pretty concrete, clear, research-based answers to that. The third one, Mike, is one that may be a little bit difficult to talk about, but that's, you're going to make some money off this deal and they're going to make some money off this deal. Is it balanced? Uh, you want to compensate that operator well, so they're motivated um, to do well on the project, but you don't want them to kind of strip away the return that you can get on yours. So that balance of it,
Right.
you often talk about skin in the game. How much skin in the game should an operator have, do you think, Mike?
We like to see all the general partners have some monetary investment, and in particular, a lot of times we've seen the GPs put in, like, say, the total of 10% of the total raise.
Yeah, we've done that in everything we're doing.
Yeah,
We just think that's the right thing to do, is to have skin in the game, as they say. So it hurts you as much as it hurts the limited partners in there if this deal goes, you didn't make assumptions, or you're too much hype about it.
that's
Uh,
right. And it may be going into reserves, it may be going to the acquisition, the purchase, but the thing is, the money needs to be put into that pot for that property, so it's designated and
yes,
available.
yes. So ask those questions about what are their fees, and what happens at the end when it closes. How are those figured? Who gets what? And see that that's just balance, that there's alignment between you and the operator on that. That leads to, when we're talking about money there, Mike, it leads to capital. I know you and I, in the deal that we did, capital, having enough capital around while you're operating is critical.
It is.
And what's their plan? Ask them about their plan for how much capital they have on day one and how they're going to use that capital. And if they need additional capital, how are they going to do that? What's their reserves for operating? What are the reserves for their capital expenses?
Because you and I have had single family houses, multifamily, and we see what happens when you have to replace a roof on a single family house. All of a sudden, 10 grand has to be spent then. And with apartments, if you have 10 buildings, it's a lot more than 10 grand. It's a sizable chunk of change, and you need to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
And things like that happen.
So they have a plan for capital. They have a plan for when roofs are going to need to be replaced, or air conditioners, or other big equipment things. And then there are the wrinkles in there. We had some sewer wrinkles on ours, didn't we, Mike? And
Yes, we did. And
that
those, I
drains
mean,
your capital.
and even after we had scoped the lines before purchase, and we still ran into issues there.
Is there enough cushion that they've built in their plan here, that they're going to get through those unexpected things as they come up as they own the property?
Right.
And finally here, Mike, we've looked at their track record. We've looked at the assumptions they're making now and testing those. We've looked at how the operator and you as an investor are getting compensated. We've looked at that. Have they built in enough capital stack and cushion in their reserves in there to be able to keep operating? And the last one is just communication. How are they going to communicate with you?
Right. No, what's the mode of communication? Do they send you an email? Do they send you a video? But also, how often?
Hmm.
What's the information they're communicating to you? Are you wanting to see the rent rolls and all the expenses and income for the month, or are you satisfied with a generalization? But ask to see what have they been sending out to their current investors? Just ask for the latest. But you want to know how often they communicate, and if you are in a period of extensive renovations, then it may you may need to have more frequent communications for a while
Yeah.
until
Yep.
things are stabilized.
Hey,
Because people, when they don't hear what is going on, that's when their fears grow.
silence is not golden in investing. You're right about that, Mike. And what's their protocol when surprises come up? I mean, do they send you something in between the monthlies when a surprise comes up? Are they going to be transparent with you? You really want that.
It's,
It's all about trust here, Mike. You're investing six figures perhaps in something where you're tying your money up for 5, 6, 7 years. You want to have trust that this operator is going to knows what they're doing and does what they say they're going to do and has plans for contingencies that are out there that are going to get you all the way to the end of your investment here. It's just really important.
that's right. You want to protect that principle.
Yes.
You're seeking growth and income, but you really need to protect the principal.
Yep. Start there. What is that quote there? I don't. I'm not as concerned about a return on investment as I am about the return of my investment.
That's right.
That good quote. So as you're looking at making an investment somewhere, and I'm invested in five different multifamily properties currently right now. Ask these questions before you invest. And if if you'd want some help with asking those questions, or we ask a lot more than five questions of the operators in which we invest. If you'd like to get with us and see what we're doing in this, get in touch. Get in touch with us. Mike, we've done that little ebook there, the three keys to unlocking your retirement dream.
That's right.
And that's available for you. We'll put a link on that in there. Anything else today, Mike, that would be helpful?
I think if you like this video, please feel free to share it with someone else who might benefit.
Yeah,
And
please,
subscribe
please
to the
do.
channel and keep coming back.
Very good. Mike, good to see you. See you next week.
You too, Harlan.
All right. Bye-bye now.
Bye.